you can look up the Arab Spring. It happened back in 2011. But my point was is that all these countries in Northern Africa, it was like one country started off and overthrew their president, and
Yeah.
then all the countries
Everybody
around,
did that.
everybody was like, "Yo,
Yep.
oh, word, that's how you do it? Okay, boom, okay, that's how we do it." So I'm comparing that to like Dalton is like they're like the first little
Yep.
country that was like, yo, y'all didn't overthrow it, but
Yeah.
y'all paid attention, put
Yep.
a hell of a lot of attention on it, and then was like, yo, next election, not only is she gonna lose, she gonna get blown out the water
Mm-hmm.
badly, you know, and it was like a mandate for other people to be like, in my opinion, for other towns to say, you know what, okay, people paying attention. Yeah. What up? What up? We back. You are tapped into the Crucial Combo podcast. I got my favorite survivor in the building. What up, Bill? What's good?
Hey, everybody with chocolate in my tea. And I'm sorry, y'all. I told him to start. I said, go ahead and start. And then when he started, I ate a piece of chocolate. So I do
what you
apologize.
what you got over there?
It's just a brownie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like a
And don't worry
brownie,
about it. It's just a brownie.
a regular brownie,
Well, yeah, it's regular. Our brownies are regular brownies, right?
That's true. That's true. But
You like how I did that?
I
Next
guess they
question.
all are regular,
Right. Yeah, it's a regular
but the things
brownie.
they do to you might not be the same.
You
You
know
know what I'm
what?
saying?
We'll
But
discuss that on the next podcast.
as long as you enjoying it,
But
that's all that matters.
the packet says chocolate brownie. You see that? It is definitely a brownie.
That was on camera for like a minute, but it's all good. It's all good.
That's all I needed it on there for. So I
As
can
long,
bring my point.
long as you feeling good when you eat them, that's all that matters. So
Hmm.
but yeah, we back. We haven't talked on camera in a while. I know a lot has happened.
It's been so long.
Southland,
When was the last time
particularly.
we talked? Was it after Tiffany Henyard lost? That was our
It
last
was.
one.
You
Did
know
we
what? I
talk
don't
after
think
the inauguration? No, not the inauguration, but after
I
Cassandra.
I don't think we talked since the last time we actually talked on camera was before the election. It was right
Because we were
before
on my channel.
we were on your channel the last time we spoke,
Mm-hmm.
and that was before the election.
Yep.
So obviously a lot happened since last time we spoke.
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole new day in the Southland right now, and I'm sure I saw everybody was super happy, of course, and the inauguration and
You see
oh,
me?
if
My
that,
super happy dance.
that looks like what you did right there looks like a meme on Dalton politics. You know what I'm saying?
This is why. Hey, hey, hey.
You know what I'm saying? So
We made
yeah,
it on our
obviously,
own way.
absolutely. Jason House, of course, won, and
Mm-hmm.
then Napoleon won, Township Supervisor, which everybody knew. So you know, but anyway, tell me what's been going on. We ain't talked in a while. What is the
So
vibe in Dalton right now? Tell the people.
Dalton is boring right now, which is great.
Life
That's
after
what's
Tiffany
going
Henyard.
on. Nothing. It's actual business being handled, business being taken care of. The trustees are showing up for work and they're doing what they're supposed to do. The last meeting was very professional, the most professional meeting yet. Jason House, first meeting as mayor. Kudos to bro. Jason House, Clean House 2025. Y'all did that.
Yep.
But him and that team was just so phenomenal and amazing. And I have so much I just know that they're gonna do what they need to do. So I
Yeah.
just have so much like positive thoughts about what's next for Dalton because
Hmm.
it's only up from here. It's only
Yeah.
up from here. You got to understand the Park District. They won their seats, so a lot of people that were on the Park District that did have to run again, they won. Yeah, the
Okay.
library board. We have the Dalton trustees and the mayor, and all of them will be able to work together.
Yeah.
So Dalton, for at least the next 4 years, I don't know what's going to happen after that, but
Hmm.
for the next 4 years, they can have a partnership with other organizations that's inside of Dalton and be able to work together to bring our village back to where it needs to be. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that answers your question, but I'm excited.
No, that definitely does. I mean, boring is definitely good. Boring is good when your
Yes.
day to day lives where you live. You want it to be nice and calm. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now, since the new administration has come in, as far as Dalton, is there anybody? There are some couple of old trustees as far as that were I wouldn't say friends with Tiffany Henyard, but were allies of Tiffany Henyard.
Yeah. That's
You
that's
know,
that still have 2 more years left. So we have Andrew Holmes
hmm
and we have Stan Brown. They
right?
both, as well as Tammy Brown. So all three of those trustees have 2 years left on their term because the last election cycle was 2 years ago, and
Yeah,
that's when Ed Steve lost his seat. So
right.
Ed Steve took Jason House seat, and now Andrew Holmes, of course, he showed up to the last meeting, which was an eye opener because
So he did
uh,
show up.
he
Okay,
did show up. Yeah, a lot of
okay.
people were upset and mad and thinking that he can't show up. But my opinion with the whole Andrew Holmes case is that number one, we elected. Well, I didn't elect him. I didn't. He didn't get my vote, but
Hmm.
he was elected into office. And the same thing goes with Henyard until they're actually in cuffs and under an indictment or whatever charges that he get upon him. Unfortunately, there's nothing that we can do but either wait it out or force him out. Like, well, we didn't even force Tiffany Henyard out. We just had to vote her out.
Had a voter out. Yeah.
So that's the only thing that can be done. Can we come to the meetings and talk about what he's done and the distaste that we have for him? Absolutely.
Hmm.
But again, that's not going to force Andrew Holmes to step down. What's going to force Andrew Holmes to step down is his conscience. And until he gets a conscience and a grip with reality and understand that what he did was wrong and I shouldn't be in front of these people's faces playing with them like this, knowing what I did and everybody know what I did. Instead of
That's
calling
got
them
to be
that.
so weird.
That's
That's got
so
to be
weird
weird
to
right
me.
now.
Instead of calling us the N word, you need to do the R word and resign. That's what you need to do. So,
Wait. You said he called everybody.
remember on that video when Tiffany had her little press conference when they were at that place, her and Kamal was speaking. Yeah, Andrew Holmes got up and spoke too. You might have missed that part.
I might have missed that. What did he
Yeah, because
say?
he was calling us the N word. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
because we speak out against Henyard, so he was upset that we have a voice and we have opinions and we actually have facts about what she
Right,
have done, and you
right.
couldn't take that. So instead of you saying that, you're saying like we're just following and we're like the old school N words, whatever. No, what it is we are intelligent and we voted her out. We got our village back. So, bam.
Well, just for a recap for people who may not know, I'm sure most people know who've been following Dalton, but if not, because there's so much stuff that happened during the Henyard administration that maybe people forgot. But Andrew Holmes was obviously accused allegedly of
SA.
sexually assaulting,
Right. Right.
assaulting Fenia Dukes, and Fenia
Yes.
Dukes was Tiffany Henyard's old assistant. Now,
Right. And we
um,
need justice for Fania. Don't get it twisted. It's not
well, I
like
want to ask you about her though, because what
okay.
I now I know that obviously you can't speak for her per se, but
Right.
I did see some posts from her on Facebook, towards the end of Henyard's administration and after,
Mm-hmm.
and the sentiment from her seems like she feel like people have forgotten about her, and I know at one time there was a lot of attention on her
I think it was
along
a
with
lot of
everything else.
attention, and I think with the discourse that happened, I would say in the YouTube community, that lost focus on her fight, if that
Hmm.
makes sense.
Yeah.
So in the middle of her fight, there was a lot of back and forth, and you know, because me and you've talked about it. There's a lot
Right.
of back and forth between the YouTube community, and what happened was when she stopped showing up at the meetings, a lot of people stopped speaking on it.
Right. I
So it's
noticed
not,
that.
and nobody, especially me, nobody have forgotten about what he have done, because what he did was wrong, and he definitely need, like I said, to turn himself in, to admit to what he did, and face his consequences. But that's just like asking Henyard to do what, to admit to what she did, and she's not going to do it
Not gonna
because they're
happen.
trained. They're trained to lie, which is sad,
Right.
and it's pathetic that he would rather show up and look in our face
Yeah,
at
that's
our
crazy.
board meetings than to even speak on it. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like, hey, I didn't do it, that's not me. That was not my voice on that tape. I don't know
Hmm.
what y'all talking about. I just come here to do my duties as a trustee. Say that. But
Right.
instead, you want to be super quiet, and people don't forget. People don't forget. So it's gonna be interesting to see. But I think, and this is from me listening to Bert Olderson on the radio. I
Hmm.
think that they have something in store for Mr. Andrew Holmes. And I don't know if you paid attention to the live from the last meeting, but they put him on the ethics committee.
Wow. So
I'm sorry, let me stop laughing.
Andrew Holmes is on the ethics committee. Oh wow. And listen, I don't listen. It's all allegedly, but
When they
it's just
said it, on
after all that
everybody on
happened,
my live was so pissed off.
that's crazy work. That is crazy. So he's on the ethics
Beyond
committee.
crazy work. But I have faith that they have a plan for Andrew Holmes. And that is one of the things that they know, is that he is not an ethical person. Let's just say it. Let's just talk about it. Let's just tell the truth and shame the devil. That dude ain't got no ethics or no morals.
Oh
So
man.
it's something behind it, but they've been playing chess this whole time. So again, I have faith in the trustees. I have
Yeah.
faith in what they plan to do to with Andrew Holmes. So, like I said, the
Well,
only go ahead.
no, I was gonna say not to cut you off, but I was gonna say with Fenia, do you think? Because I had reached out to her via Facebook to do an interview, mainly because I feel
I
like
think she
she
can't talk about what's going on. That's probably why.
got you.
So if she didn't reply, just because I know this because me and her have had this conversation, she
Okay.
can't really, because it's in the courts now.
Okay, that's good then. That's good because
Yeah, so like
I wasn't really
executive
sure where it
sessions.
was. I was like, not
Yeah,
that I'm gonna make some big difference, but I felt like, you know what? If
right.
I feel like people have forgotten a little bit, and some of the posts, it seemed like she was kind of saying that, and I was like, man, it's like
I don't think
you know,
she can
she kind
like
of bad.
verbally talk about it anymore out in the public, because like I said, she have legal counsel right now, and
Okay,
anything that you say can and will be used as when you're in court against
right.
you. So she does. I'm assuming, this is me speaking, just thinking about her as a human, and
Hmm.
I'm just going to say I'm assuming that she is not speaking out like she probably want to,
Yeah.
because of what the legalities is surrounding it. But
Okay.
that's just my opinion. But I
Well, hopefully
really,
so. I hope that people don't forget about it because it's kind of it would be kind of sad for the time
exactly.
to go on and there be no action on that side, and she had to,
I don't think it's forgotten. I think that it has been a lot of chaos.
yeah,
So it's still there. It's just twirling in the wind, if
got
that
it,
makes
got it,
sense. I think it's
got it.
still there. It's just twirling in the wind. Fenia has a
Hmm.
lot of support. She has a lot of support throughout
Okay,
the whole nation. Not just Dalton, not just, the local community in the township, but throughout the whole nation. So I think that something is going to come of this. That's
yeah,
just my opinion. If I had to be a betting woman and make a guess, I think that something is going to come of this. We just have to sit back and continue to watch and see how this plays out.
The wheels of justice move slow, but they do move.
Absolutely. But
You
they
know what
do
I'm saying?
move. They do move.
Yeah. What do you think about it's so ironic, the Pope is from Dalton.
I gotta go to his house. So everybody that is a content creator locally have been to his house and to take
Yo,
pictures in front of his house. And I'm super jealous because I
yeah.
have not had a chance to go over there yet. And I am going to the Pope house to take pictures
You gotta swoop over there
soon.
because I was seeing people on TikTok like I'm in front of the Pope's house. I'm like, yo, I know your ass don't live in Dalton. I'm in front of the Pope's house and
It turned into a tourist attraction overnight.
yeah. I'm like, I wouldn't think
That's like
141st
Michael
Street.
Jackson's house. You know, his house in the middle of
Exactly.
Gary in the hood.
Exactly. It
But
turned to
you have
Michael Jackson's
motherfuckers
house.
pulling up, taking pictures and stuff because it's
I
Michael
know.
Jackson's house.
2300 Jackson Street.
Oh my God, I've been there twice.
Yo, I was tripping 'cause I'm like, wow, people are really excited about it. People are taking pictures. And I saw the address. I forgot the exact address. It was on 141st Street, so about a
Yeah, I forgot it
block
too. But
away
yeah, it's
from
local.
where I used to live. But
I told somebody, another content creator, Babe Solo, I told her that I want us to go over there and take pictures so we can
yeah.
put it on our channels. Don't judge me. But I feel like that's cool.
No, it is pretty
It's the
cool.
perfect ending to our Dalton drama, right? Dalton
Yeah.
has been through so much in 4 years. We have fought so hard in 4 years. We have been manipulated. We have been talked down upon. We have been bullied. We have been,
Robbed. Robbed.
listen, that part. We have been through so much that now we voted her out, kicked her ass out of Dalton, and now our Pope
The
is
Pope
born in,
is from
well, he wasn't born here. He's born in the
yeah.
hospital in Chicago, but he was
Right.
raised in Dalton.
Raising
Dalton
Dalton is
needed
crazy.
this. Would I tell you that we needed this?
I know
Because
there's all these
I don't know if you pay attention. So I haven't been in Dalton politics that often lately because there's a lot of
it,
chaos and
it
back
pops
and
up on
forth.
my timeline. I think Dalton politics is hilarious.
It is. It's hilarious, but I have to stay out of there because it
Yeah.
has it has changed. So this is a little known fact. I don't know if me and you discussed this, but Dalton politics was started originally because we were fighting against Tiffany Henyard, right?
Yeah.
And since we were fighting hard against Tiffany Henyard, what was happening is that if we post on the Village of Dalton page, they would
hmm
delete it.
And just so people who are watching, we're talking about Dalton Politics Facebook
Which
page for people
Facebook
know.
page,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
if people are
Facebook
not on
page.
Facebook, you're not going to understand what I'm talking about. But this is the Facebook page, which has that community have grown so large right now. I don't know how many people are in there.
Yeah.
But when we would post on the Village of Dalton page or Tiffany Henyard's page, we would get our comments deleted. We would get blocked, all of that. So we couldn't
Yeah.
get our message out to the masses in a way that was effective.
hmm
So when Jason had a birthday party, we they all sat down and they was like, well, how can we get what's going on in Dalton out, right? It was
hmm
like it has to be a better way. And it was like
hmm
start a group.
Yeah.
That's how about Dalton politics came about. And to
Right.
grow it, honestly, it grew quickly because Tiffany found out about it.
Oh, okay.
And she added herself to the group.
Oh,
Because you
she was
see
in the
how,
group.
yeah, so you see how Keith Price was in there and Michael Smith was in there. I don't know if they're in
Okay.
there now because I blocked and deleted them all. But yeah, they were in the
Oh,
group
so you were
early.
you were you were you an administrator in there?
I was never an administrator. I don't want that type of title. No, not for
Oh,
that
okay.
group, especially. Absolutely. If I was an
Right.
administrator, I would shut that shit down by now.
That thing is wild. That thing is wild. I mean,
Oh
I
my
like
God.
it pop up on my timeline. I like to read hear stuff here and there, but it's a spirited group.
It's a lot. It's a lot. So if you want comedy or you want something else, then that group is definitely for people, especially the mess. But you
Well,
know
to
what
be
I
honest
don't
with
like
you,
about the group? There's so many people that have just started following this for like the last year or so. They don't know the whole story. So when you get in a group and you don't know the whole story, and then you start talking, you try and tell people what they should do and what they shouldn't do, and you don't understand that
Right.
that's been done 16 times. That's the
Right.
part that makes me stay out of the group, because it's too many people with opinions about what's going on or what has happened, what has
Right.
transpired, and y'all don't really know the full story.
Hmm.
And it's just a lot of lies now. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's how I found out about the Pope was from Dalton, because I first saw it there, and then funny enough, my older sister, texted me. My older sister texted me. She lives in Texas. She's like, "Do you know the Pope? The Pope is from Dalton. He went to St. Mary's." Because funny enough, we all of us went to St. I went to Catholic school
Okay.
for the first 3 years.
Oh, did
I
you?
went from I went to St. Mary's first, second, and third grade, and then we
Okay.
went to the Lincoln in fourth grade. So that
Where
was
is St. Mary's? It
Tom.
is.
What'd you
It's
say?
where is St. Mary's located?
St. Mary's is on 137th, and it's right off of Indiana.
I passed. It's funny you say that, because I just passed there the other day, and there was so many people out there, and I didn't understand what was going on. So that's his church.
Yeah, that's the church.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I haven't been around over there in a long time, but the
Hmm.
church, the school closed down a long time ago. The school closed
Well,
down
the
years
school. That's
ago.
what I mean. That's the school. But it was still like a lot of people outside.
I think the church is still functioning, as far as
Okay.
I know. But I
Yeah.
know the school shut down a long time ago, but they kept the church. So
Hmm.
yeah, so yeah,
That's
it's
funny.
crazy.
Okay, so you went
It's
to the
crazy.
same church, same school as the Pope.
Same school as the
Not the same year, but the same school.
exactly. Exactly. I mean, I'm
You
not
gotta
all
watch how you associate yourself with people. I learned that lesson the hard way.
exactly. Well, listen,
Sorry.
I'm not ultra religious. My dad, I think my dad was Catholic. I mean, at the time we was
Was
kids.
he?
I think he was Catholic. I believe so. And then
My brother
uh,
went to a Catholic school, not because our family was Catholic, but because they didn't want him going to the local public school.
that's really what it is. Most kids
Yeah.
end up in Christian school or something because their
Yeah.
parents are trying to do something different, keep them out of
Yeah.
public school.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that school closed down. I was so glad when we went to Lincoln. Like, man, I ain't got to wear this uniform anymore. And you know what I'm saying? And
Oh my God, that's
it was
funny.
great. It was great. So
But back in those days, it wasn't bad. Like it,
that's
I mean,
true.
not bad, but you know what I'm saying? Like it was a different environment back in those days. And even Lincoln should have been a decent school for you to be able to attend and get a good
Oh, it
education.
was. It was.
That's
It
all I'm
was.
saying.
Yeah. No. No. To your point. Yeah. It wasn't like
Yeah.
And my parents, it wasn't like, I think it was really because we would go to church there, and
Mm-hmm.
I think that
Oh, so that was your
I don't
home
remember.
church.
Yeah, that was our actual home church. We would go there,
Gotcha.
and
Okay.
they probably just put us in school because of that. And I think one of my mom's friends had kids going there too, so we went there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it wasn't no difference going to Lincoln. It was just not having to wear a uniform every day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that was nice. You know what
Do
I'm
you
saying?
still
But,
have did you have the same people that's friends from then that you still have now, or no, you've never kept in
at St.
contact?
Mary's?
Yeah.
Oh no, no, no,
Okay.
because it was first, second, and third grade.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't remember anybody from there. I mean, pretty much going to Lincoln. From Lincoln, that's what I do. A lot of people I
Yeah.
still friends with on Facebook are from Lincoln because a lot of them end up going to Thornton
Gotcha.
or Thorn Ridge. So I still know a
Absolutely.
lot of those people. Yeah, you
Thorn
know what
Thorn
I'm
Ridge
saying?
and Thornwood, all three. What?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because it's same thing. Because I remember I didn't meet you. Now it's funny because back then it was so funny because like when you went to Lincoln or Roosevelt or whatever, by the time
Roosevelt.
you got to
Don't put me in that Lincoln
no,
basket.
I'm just saying
It
anybody. I'm
was the
just saying in
Rams, but I
general.
got you.
But
Yeah.
when you got to Thornton or Thorn Ridge, whatever, whatever. For the guys, it was great because you went to Lincoln, you had a certain amount of girls. It was
I
just a
know.
certain amount. You get to Thornton, I'm like, oh man, you got the Riverdale girls, the Harvey girls, the Dalton girls. I'm like, man,
So, question, and this is for enjoyment, right? Do you remember our freshman gym jam? Did you go?
damn, I don't remember it. It was too long.
So
I don't remember.
you don't remember? Okay, so I don't even know if you. I don't know if you were at the like freshman orientation or not, but we
I'm sure I
had
was. Yeah.
we had a gym jam at the orientation. And when we were inside of the gym jam, because it was in the field house, it was all of the freshmen from all of the schools to get together and meet. Now, I
Mm.
used to hang with, you remember Michelle, Sharita's sister? Michelle Blackwell. You might
You,
not. But anyway, I used to hang
maybe
with
my face.
I used to hang with Michelle, and we
Mm-hmm.
used to go out and we would be everywhere, meeting guys and stuff. And we used to give
Mm-hmm.
out our phone numbers to a lot of local guys and tell them that we were 15 and we went to Seton because Seton was a Catholic school.
Right. I know.
And we
See.
always
Yeah.
wanted to sing like we were older because we was like 13, almost 14,
Right.
But it was better to be older and say I'm a sophomore. So
Exactly.
like three of the guys that I met, lying to them, telling them I was a sophomore at Seton Academy, like I was going into my junior year. They all incoming freshmen too.
You trying to finesse and you
Listen,
getting
we was
finesse right
all at the
back.
gym jam together, like, oh my God, you lied to me. No, you lied to me.
That's what you
Oh
get. That's
my
karma.
God. That's how I knew high school was gonna be lit. That was
Oh man,
that
that
was the
is so
orientation.
funny.
First day I was in the dean office, I was like, yeah, this is home. Now let me stop. Back to
Oh my
Dalton.
god. No, that was it though. But that was it. It was some fun times, and it's really interesting how, to your point, it's funny how full circle it came back with this whole. It's funny. It's funny to me because I'm like Dalton is finding some way to stay in the light. It's
Yes.
just it's just a
You
weird.
see it?
Yeah, it's a weird thing. You
That's
see in the
why I
meme
said this ending
between
is so
Tiffany and the Pope.
perfect because we have a pope that is from Dalton. Do you know how many
Strange.
business can capitalize on that? Hell, I think I'm gonna capitalize on that for my walk.
You know what though? You know what though? I tell you
I'm
what
sorry.
what. No, no. You know what's? But I agree with you. What's so good about that is that yeah, being in the light, and this leads to the next question I wanted to talk to you about.
Mm-hmm.
Being in the light, sometimes good any fame is what they say. Any fame is good fame, right? Or
Right.
something like
Any
that.
any attention is good attention.
There you go. Any attention is
Because
good
even if
attention.
somebody has something negative to say about you, they still talking about you.
Absolutely, and you can
I lived
parlay that or
it.
finesse that
So I
into
know it.
something else.
Yes.
Absolutely. Now, question. Now this is not. I gotta ask you this. Now, I want to know your honest opinion. Do you think, and this again, this is just in a certain type of way. Do you think people miss Tiffany Henyard? Do they
Absolutely.
miss?
They loved the chaos. They loved the discourse. They loved how her and the board was not on the same page ever. So it was never a vote for her. So they loved how things played out. And
Mm-hmm.
every month it was a sitcom to them. And if
Mm-hmm.
you sit back and you watch the videos for the last 4 years, it really plays out like sitcoms.
Yeah,
And
like a
unfortunately,
series,
yeah, it really
a
is like a
Netflix
4 year
series.
series of chaos.
Right.
But I think that people miss that because now government is boring again, which is how it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And people don't want to be involved with boring, they want to be involved with chaos. And life is not always about chaos. Life should be about peace, serenity, and not having to go there with people, especially in leadership. Life is about not getting robbed as a citizen.
Right.
So,
Right.
absolutely, people are going to miss her. Am I going to miss her? Hecky no. I'm so glad that we have voted her out. My thing is that I don't care what Tiffany is doing today. She could be living next door. As long as she don't run for anything else that I have to vote for, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's over, it's done. We did what we were supposed to do. We got her out of the seat.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that I think people I kind of think they miss the chaos a little
I
bit
know they do.
because it was exciting, in a certain way.
Absolutely.
But I think there's a lot that was learned. And the reason why I brought that up is because of the attention, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
think Dalton got a lot of attention, and I
Mm-hmm.
do think that there's something positive that can come out of attention, um, to keep it going, but with positive attention. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Even if the whole world is not tuned into every single meeting,
They're
At
not.
the end of the day, they're not really supposed to be anyway.
No, they not. They not at all.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I say a lot of people don't be knowing what's going on. They just be talking.
Yeah, and it's funny because even on politics, I be seeing people is like, and I don't blame them. It is what it is. People just want to talk about her. They want to keep
They want to
they want
have
to keep
something
her
to
alive.
say so bad that they say anything.
They be like,
And
I wonder what Tiff is doing now. I wonder where she lives. I wonder what her next job is gonna be. And I said, man,
what she cook for dinner?
what
Like
she what
what?
she,
What color she
I
got
bet
on today? I
I
don't
bet
give
her
a
and
fuck.
Jamal eating shrimp tonight. Like it's just
Right.
they had a this was a while kind of a while back. I think this might have been before the election, but they had her out in at Nipsey Hussle's brother Sam, Black Sam, at the Marathon Burger that he started out
Yeah,
in
so I
L.A.
saw that little
Yeah,
fake
yeah, yeah. So
promo. It's
she out
funny
there
because
eating
I
she out
went to
there eating
LA like the
burgers in
week
L.A.
later, and the people that was so I didn't go to the burger place. I went to the smoke shop. They have a marathon smoke shop, and they have a
Oh,
marathon
do
burger.
they?
Yeah, so I didn't want to eat a burger. I wanted to go to the dispensary. And
You didn't want a burger after the smoke?
now my brother grilled. It was good.
Oh.
But to what you was saying with that promo, and I'm not cutting you off, but
Mm.
the dispensary, when I told them about that, and then I showed them her, they was like, "Oh my god, I wonder if Black Sam knows."
What is Black Sam gonna do? Kick her out? Like
No, but she had already been there anyway. But you
yeah.
know what I'm saying? But that video promo that she had been posted online, like that was just like she was
Oh no, you're
so
right.
you see
You're right.
you see where I'm going
I
with it?
follow you now. I
Yes,
follow
you
you.
get
I
it.
got you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She sure
So
was pumping that, and
yes,
that
like she
was
was a
interesting.
celebrity too, walking up in there like yeah. So that's what I'm speaking of, and they
Right,
they found out her real hustle, not Nipsey's, but hers. So
right. She's the real hustle, man.
I should
She's
be
the
a
real
comedian. That was funny. You got to give me 5 points for that one.
hustle. No, I can see people want to keep it alive. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yeah, it seems like people don't want that to go away
You
in
know
a
what? They
way.
have a lot of court cases that they can follow with Tiffany Henyard to keep it alive if she shows up to them.
Right.
So this is not over by a long shot, right? The
Hmm.
things that she have done, she's going to be fighting in and out of courts for years. And if
Yeah.
she starts not showing up and not going to her court cases and all of that, what's going to happen is she's going to get a lot of default judgments against her.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
can't hide, especially the lawsuits that she started. You
Hmm.
start a lawsuit and then you don't show up to court. Why are you wasting
Yeah.
these people's time? Now people have to get lawyers and other things and take time off of work to come to court, and you're not even showing up because you was just mad and acting like a bratty baby that day and went to court and filed a case.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean, and court is one of them things that people got to realize moves really slow too. So, it's a
it's,
slow thing, you
it's
know.
so ridiculous.
Yeah, it's something else. I mean, look at Puff. He's finally in court now, and
I can't find it. Send me the link. Is it an actual video? You just read news articles like
no, I'm just
everybody
reading
else.
stuff. I don't think they have video in the. Nah, you listen. They ain't
Well,
gonna
I know
put.
they don't have video, but the way everybody is going in and explaining it, I'm like, whoa,
Well,
where's
because they have reporters talking about it, so you can find video of reporters. I think they have
our
certain.
reporters in a courtroom?
That's what I'm saying. I'm guessing. I'm not positive, but I
I'm
think
just
that
asking.
there may be reporters in there. I mean, I like to be a fly on the wall. I ain't gonna front. You know what I'm
Me
saying? I
too.
like
I
to be
would
a fly on the
love
wall
to
there.
be a press in that room.
You know, because I'm like when I'm
I
reading
would
about
give
what they.
everything to be in that room right now.
I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's crazy the stuff they're talking about in there, and
Listen, and I didn't know
yeah,
she was pregnant like
yo,
she
that
is so pregnant. I feel so bad for her that she have to be there to testify in that condition because you already are full of hormones. You
right,
already are very emotional. You
yeah,
already understand that traumatic experience that you had to go through for all of these 10 years. All of them ass whippings, all of everything you, and then you got to come back and talk about it. in the
Yeah.
at the
In
end of your in
detail.
your third trimester, at the end of your pregnancy.
Yeah, that's I
That's
didn't think about it
nuts.
like that. That's true. Like having to talk about it in the state that she's in, and but here's the weird thing is that so civilly, obviously he already settled, but I'm wondering what it'll be like criminally. So um yeah, we're gonna talk about this on the panel tomorrow
I
night
know, right?
because
We
yeah, this is this
that's
is
a
a whole
whole nother conversation. That'd be like
that's a
18 hours later.
yeah, that's a whole nother joint. So you know what I mean? That's but the
It's
point
gonna be
is too.
interesting to watch or
It's
to
gonna be
listen to.
very interesting. It's gonna be very interesting. And
You,
for like a Tiffany Henyard, yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see if the wheels of justice do come. I think people want to see something happen,
mhm.
but it's also interesting if nothing happens because
You know what? A
you
lot of
know what I
people are
mean?
saying that, and then I'm gonna stop talking about this because we talked about this forever. But a lot of people are saying like, "Oh well, she done been talking 3 days, and we don't see no basis of the case." But if she's like one of the first witnesses, they're building the case. So
Right.
you understand what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
she's still in the process of testifying, if I'm not mistaken. So we still have to give them time to build a foundation in order to show us the evidence that they have against
Right.
Puffy and to show us why he is a monster and to show how he sex trafficked and let me not
Right.
say
That's
that
the
word.
part we're gonna have to see, right?
Right. But they have to build a foundation to get to that. So I understand that what Cassidy is saying is probably detrimental to her, but it's like people you have to listen to the bad to get to the actual.
Now listen, the stuff that she said
I
so far
just
is like I
I
knew because Puff is Diddy, whatever you want to call him. Diddy is like, I mean, there's always been word about being freaky, but he's on some whole other stuff. Like the stuff that was going on with them with the hiring the prostitutes and
Yeah, see,
like some of the
I
stuff.
gotta go and read that now. I'm about to
Yeah, you got to go read the
I'm gonna
details of.
log on
You
to
got to
my
go read the
Pacer
details of
account.
what she said. The details of what she said that he had her doing
Mm-hmm.
was wild work. Like
Yeah.
I don't even read it because I feel like this isn't a kids channel, but I just feel like I don't even want to repeat the stuff I read. So
I read some of it too. That's why I was like, wait a minute. Did this play out in court and everybody had cameras in the court? Because it was so graphic. I was like, how do we
yeah,
know so much details on what happened? Okay, I
well,
get it. I get it.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I haven't been
they
following it, but I'm going to follow it.
yeah, it's interesting. So we're gonna chop it up tomorrow on the full panel to talk about that. But
Okay.
no, it's the wheels of justice do move slow, and we'll see how everything goes. Now, as far as Dalton,
So,
so we do have a new life now. What is going on in the township right now, as far as the town?
so the last meeting for the township was this Tuesday. Um, I put a video up. I don't know if you saw it,
I
but
did.
it was very nice. The farewell that they gave everybody that was on the board. They
Hmm.
even brought flowers out for Henyard and Darlene Gray. They just both wasn't there to accept them.
Yeah.
But I think that the trustees they did a very good job with acknowledging each other.
Yeah.
It was very sentimental. It was a very nice tribute to their last days as under Henyard administration. Put it that
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. It's definitely interesting to see. No, go ahead. Please go ahead. You gonna
Oh,
say?
wait, oh right. Because I was about to say now. After that, our Monday is actually the inauguration. So just keep that in mind.
Okay.
So
For the
Monday the 19th is the
for the township.
inauguration for the township. Now that starts at so what they said was they have a special meeting at 12:30 p.m. That special meeting will last about 30 minutes and the inauguration will start at 1 p.m. And
Okay.
then they're going to do the inauguration at 1 o'clock, and then whatever time the inauguration over, that'll be it for the day.
Okay. Okay. So I'm sure you're gonna have that on live on the
Absolutely. I
platform. You know
messed
what I'm
up
saying?
last time that when I went. That's why I didn't even go. Well, I went live, but I took video the second part. But my I had left my tripod thing at home by accident.
Oh, okay.
And the
Okay.
way my house is set up right now, I did not even try and waste my time looking for it. Still
I
haven't
know you
found
had a
it.
lot going on. I know you had a lot going on, that's for sure. So
You already know.
yeah. I know what time it is, you know.
So just know
Um
that I'll find it when I find it. Whatever.
well thank God things are quiet now. No, another thing I was seeing is did you have a chance to go to St. Patrick's?
I have. I actually went Tuesday. It's funny you say that. So after the meeting, we went, me and another content creator, we went to St. Patrick's. Lady Red from 106.3.
Mm-hmm.
She have karaoke up there every Tuesday. And it's
Oh,
really
okay, cool.
nice. So normally they was doing it where you sit down and dine in at. And it was like for 2 weeks or 3 weeks on the second floor. But they moved it up to the fifth floor on
Okay.
this Tuesday that just passed. So it was really nice. So it was a good open space. That way, if people were downstairs and wanted to dine in and eat, then they can still do that.
Okay.
Next week, they're planning on doing it on the rooftop, which I can't wait. And actually, I'm going to say something. The views in there is actually not bad because
Mm-hmm.
you're looking at the trees and stuff. I don't know
Right.
if that makes sense.
I know I saw pictures. I see a lot of people talking about it.
Yeah.
The only thing that I did see is I saw a lot of unfortunately bad reviews. So I was
Yeah.
wondering if it was, is that just something that is more like a
Okay.
rumor, or is it
So
seems like more?
let me state my opinion on this. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
say this one time, then I'm be done with it. I don't know right now who's on staff at St. Patrick's, right? I do know that they had a lot of bad reviews from someone who worked at Tavern on Lagrange, whatever, however you call it, or
Mm-hmm.
now say it, whatever. So,
Mm-hmm.
said person um took money from people that worked there, and you take people money, you have to pay them back. That's my opinion. That's my thoughts on it. Now, I don't know this guy. I don't know the stories about who he took money from, who he owed, or whatever. I have
Wait,
I
and
have
just for clarity, Viv, you talking about the owners of St. Patrick
I
borrowed
don't
money
think he
from?
owns St. Patrick. That's the thing.
Okay,
This guy is a cook. He didn't even own Tavern on Lagrange, from what I was told. I could be
G-
wrong, but
got you.
Tavern on Lagrange was not his. He was some type of management at that location.
Okay,
Now he was accused of mishandling people's funds. I don't blame about my money, so I understand people are mad and people are upset and they want to get
right.
paid. Understandable. And then he something happened where he has a criminal history. I don't know the man personally to speak on anything that he have done. I
Mm-hmm.
do know that he was working there in the kitchen as a cook.
Okay.
Now, people are was trying to tie him to the ownership. He don't own that building. That's not his building. Um, they were talking about the menu, saying that the menu was like Tavern on the Grange. It actually is, but it's a
It's
cool
very
menu.
similar. Okay.
Yeah, it does have like the same concept. It's very similar, but the menu is a unique, different kind of menu, and I think it works for them, in my opinion. And you call it the St. Patrick's. St. Patrick's like on Ghost Power, and
Mm-hmm.
they just have similar dishes related to the TV show. So,
Got you.
in my opinion, for people that understand the power concept, then yeah, you'll understand the menu and what items are selected on that menu. As far as the St. Patrick's go, um, or the Camaros, I'm sorry. I think that they are new to this industry, right?
Mm-hmm.
To the steakhouse restaurant, sit
Mm-hmm.
down, eat in type of
Yeah.
environment.
Mm-hmm.
And people are going to make mistakes.
Okay.
People are going to make mistakes, and people are going to need help. And unfortunately, I don't know what agreement they have with anyone, but I do know that number one, he doesn't own it. Number two, they're looking for more help. So I don't know the situation or what has changed since all the
Hmm.
posts have been going viral and all of that. And then
Yeah, yeah.
number three, we have to give them time to get things up and running because their real opening is in July. So you understand what I'm
Okay.
saying? So this is
Okay.
still part of the soft opening phase because they're trying to figure out how to get things better acclimated. So when the
Right.
food comes out, the tickets, all of that. So they got
Right.
to work out the kinks.
Because we're
So
talking about fine dining in
yes.
effectively a pretty small town.
And we're talking about fine dining with someone that had a vision and
Yeah.
that's working on making it come to fruition. Now, when I ate there, like I ate there on the first night that they had their soft opening. My food was good. It came out. It was delicious. You know, some people have good experience. Some people don't have good experience. It's not gonna be for everybody. That
Yeah. I mean,
restaurant,
I've heard the food is good. I just heard that the wait
yeah.
time to get the food from the time you order to when it comes is
And
wild.
you gotta understand, it's a steakhouse. So
Yeah.
if you have a family of 20 that come in, that's sitting down, and 16 people order steaks,
Oh.
how long do you think before the kitchen gonna be backed up? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a steakhouse.
Restaurant business is crazy because you gotta really, yeah, you gotta be
You
ready.
have to be able to pump it out, and so they have to
Well,
get that out. In my opinion,
do you think with that though said, Viv, do you think with that said, do you feel like, sometimes us is in the black community, we're a little less
harsh.
patient? Are
Yes,
we less patient with our businesses?
we're very impatient. We're very harsh.
Harsh.
We don't like sometimes criticism that we give to some businesses is definitely valued and is definitely worth it, and some people just don't deserve to be in the management or business running, field. But
Yeah.
sometimes you have to give a startup time to grow. And I think that we as a people are very hard on the St. Patrick's because when I go to restaurants that's not of our descent or, our people,
Hmm.
I don't always make a big fuss about with my food, and I've been to plenty of other establishments when that happened as well, and
Yeah.
I didn't go ham and I didn't leave all these strange weird reviews that's bringing down the business just
Right.
because I'm pissed off. Maybe I was having a bad day and didn't understand my attitude was the reason why my service was so bad because I didn't know how to speak to the person that was helping me.
Hmm.
So it's like we mess up a lot of things for others just by being very opinionated. It's
Hmm.
funny because the internet is good and the internet is horrible.
Right, right.
The
Can go either
internet
way.
is so good for so many reasons,
Right.
but then it's horrible for so many others.
Yeah, because it creates a perception. Like it can really hype something up
Hmm.
and really, really make a business go crazy and launch,
And
you
make
know,
them crash.
yeah, yeah, it can make you go into orbit. It'll make you crash quickly. You know what I'm saying? So,
That's the
um,
sad part because you really can't base your business and your productivity based off of internet reviews because you'll definitely lose all the time.
well, it's tough. It's tough
It's
because that's
very
why
tough.
businesses are so scared about reviews.
Hmm.
Because the reviews, the perception starts to spread, and people
And
don't want to
people
be.
lie.
People lie too. That's for
You
sure.
you got you got to understand that, and this is that my thought process on the St. Patrick's. We don't have to talk about this for too much longer, but
Mm-mm.
I'm not saying that some of the reviews are valid. But you got to understand if you have a group of people that don't like one person, it's unfortunate that they can send other people and other people will write bad reviews for them, and that can demolish what you have built all
Right.
because of something that you personally have nothing to do with.
Right.
That's the thing that people have to see, people have to understand is that I don't know what their situation is, but maybe they don't have a cook that cooks like him just yet, and the food is coming out really well, and they want to be able to maintain and service their the people, the patrons, and so
Right.
that's why he's there until they figure out something better. I don't
Yeah.
know what the thing is, because a lot of people have just been downing and bashing them. But all I can say is just keep y'all faith, keep doing
Hmm.
what y'all doing. This too shall pass. It
Yeah.
it happens all the time. It happens all the time. And once you get through the storm, when you see that sunshine on the other side, then you already know it's gonna be a better day. And they haven't even
Facts.
hit their grand opening yet. So
And that's gonna be good. It's good. It's good for the town. It's good for the village. You know what I'm saying?
and
Because
it's a tax
yeah,
based business. People have to
right,
understand. If we close, first off, y'all talking about Dalton, y'all talking about Tiffany, and y'all talking about all this money that she done stole, but then y'all want to close down businesses because y'all feel like, well, they hired somebody I don't like. They pay taxes.
right.
Do
That's
they not
important.
pay taxes? I'm so confused. They better sue that man. Sue
Right.
him. Take all the money that he get from the St. Patrick's, make him want to quit, get his wages garnished.
Hmm.
It's so many other ways to go about destroying him and what he have done to you than to have to destroy a couple that have been through the ringer already with Henyard, and now you trying to bring them down more because you don't like this man.
Right.
Attack this man.
Go after who you actually going
Go
after.
after him. Go after his money. Have him
Hmm.
in courts, tied up in courts, but he can't even make it to work. You understand what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
it's sad that people are really like going after the restaurant. And if we lose to St. Patrick's, who else is going to come and pay those taxes? And they just bought
Well,
the soccer dome.
you said he just
No, the
he.
St. The Camaros, they bought the soccer dome over
Oh.
there too.
Oh. Okay. Cool. You know
Yeah.
what they plan to do with that?
I don't know. Shit, hopefully they stay in business long enough to keep the restaurant with all this negativity going on. I just pray that people give them a chance and an opportunity.
Well,
But
hopefully, the popularity and the attention. I'll say the attention. Hopefully, the attention
hmm
keeps going because what I'm hoping to see is for the attention of Dalton for people to want to keep investing in it and the tax base to keep growing because that's what's important.
that's
I
the
actually
only
just
important thing is that we're actually about to start getting tax revenue from businesses.
That's everything. It's everything. I
If
just
we just
interviewed.
start shutting them down because we don't like one person that don't own it, that's not that's not good for the community.
Nah, people get emotional, and that's really what it is, or they have their own personal axe to grind. You know what I'm saying? Like I just interviewed the mayoral candidate. Our election for East Orange is in June,
Okay,
so next
that's
next month.
late.
So yeah, so the I interviewed. We have one mayor, our mayor, current mayor. He's been here or he's been mayor for 8 years, but I interviewed someone who's going against him,
Okay,
also a Democrat as well. So I guess the ticket was split. But I interviewed her. She's been a teacher here about 26 years and has had businesses in here. So it was interesting to talk to her. But it was interesting because when I talked to her, I briefly mentioned Dalton because I was like how Dalton, when it comes to local politics, people don't
mm-hmm.
really get into it until something crazy happened. So I'm
Yep.
like, Dalton is the poster child for
For me
the
being
worst
involved.
the worst of what could happen. And it's like get out there, go vote, get involved, pay attention to what's going on, and
Yep.
you want the trajectory of your town to be going up. You know what I'm saying? So to your point, um, yeah, I agree with you. I'm big on customer service and things like that, but
Yes.
again, like you said, it can be a snowball effect where people
Ex-
just like
Yeah.
they didn't even go there. They just chiming in because they feel like, oh, this is what I heard, you
Yeah.
know,
And the
about a
thing
business.
about that part too is that the people that are waiting on you, unfortunately, if they don't have your food just yet, I was a waitress for years. I used to waitress at Red Lobster and Smoky Bones and a couple other places, and I can just say Smoky Bones gave me like my waitress skill sets because that was a very fast paced restaurant and you have to make
Hmm.
sure that you run it back and forth. But when the kitchen don't have the pork brisket, whatever else people are ordering, and we're out of it and people are waiting for their place and it's taking an hour or two, unfortunately that's not on us, it's the cook. I can bring you refills, do everything else, but I don't have your food. And like people get upset, and I understand that when you don't have food. But most of the time, it's when a big ass party come in, and
Mm-hmm.
then if you got 20 people ordering pulled pork, and that's all
Right.
you got is 20 orders of pulled pork for the day, and you run out of, you know what I'm saying? You got to
You didn't
improvise. So
you didn't bankrupted the kitchen of food. They ain't got
absolutely, so that happens too. So like it's just a lot. It's not excuses, but it's just
the,
how things are going. And
the
like I
nature of the
said again,
business.
listen, I'm just praying that they are able to maintain, because it's a very nice establishment. They got on to have a liquor store on the first floor,
Okay.
and it's very well put together, in my opinion.
Okay. Well, looking forward to seeing it. I wanted to go over one more thing with you too, because I ran across this video.
Why are you
Uh,
laughing?
I'm laughing because it's
Now you got
funny.
me laughing.
So this is actually regarding Harvey, but I ran into this video. And
Okay, so yeah,
I
let's
want to
talk. 'Cause I
I
got my
want to
pineapples ready now. Let's talk about
I,
Harvey.
I know you have your opinions on Harvey, and I wanted to just play this video real quick to get your opinion.
Ooh, I've got some.
I'll tell you, it's an interesting time right now.
Hopefully,
It's
this the
very
one where Kobe got arrested. I don't. Well, let me
no,
watch.
it ain't even that. I'll just
Okay.
play it. I want to get your opinion.
We from Chicago flip spread to Harvey World, and they gon' flip Harvey World. I'm ready. Harvey is about to
That's
flip.
Chappelle.
Harvey about to flip red. Harvey about to flip red. I told y'all, all you gotta do is show who the Democrats are. All you have to do is show who they really are. All you have to do is do that.
They called my name to speak. Soon as the mayor saw me, he stopped the meeting and told everyone they had to leave, violating my constitutional right.
Let
She
me
said
get
this a lawsuit.
This is what we go through. We go through this all the time. When he can't have his way, when he can't be heard, he does it. He does this for us. We, as Harvey residents, taxpayers, citizens, do not leave, and registered voters, we cannot have a say so. We cannot show emotion. Why do we sit here and act as if we do not care about anything that anybody says? They don't care about our concerns.
So tell us what just happened here. He said if anyone traps that he was clear on the road. Talk about what you experienced.
So whenever people show emotion, whenever people show any type of camaraderie, any type of camaraderie or whatever, he clears the room.
Look at Beth.
How cold it is, how hot it is, if it's raining, snowing, tornadoes, we have to stand outside.
So this sound like
So
this
that's
sound like
Chappelle. So Chappelle went to Thornton with us, CTHS Wildcats.
oh, okay, all right. Break it down.
Yes. So that meeting was the aftermath after Kobe Chapman, which is the alderwoman for the second ward, got arrested. Now
Oh, okay.
she got arrested at the meeting previous to that meeting, due to her not agreeing with some of the things that Clark was saying and going against him. I guess he felt like she was combative. So
Mm-hmm.
he told her, don't say nothing else. She said something else. He told her she had to go leave. Told the police to come get her. They
Mm-hmm.
grabbed her. She was putting her things together. She told them, don't touch her. They grabbed her
Mm-hmm.
by her arm. I don't know if you know Kobe, but Kobe is really light skinned. And
Mm-hmm.
all this, like, part of her arm was bruised, and
Mm-hmm.
like you know how bruising goes. And
Yeah.
they arrested her and her mom. Her mom was coming to her defense because of how they were manhandling Kobe. And instead of them, understanding and maybe coming with a little bit more reason, they arrested the mom too.
Mm.
So they finally got out. They let them out hours later or whatever. But They did a press conference, I know, and then that meeting is like one of the other aftermaths of her getting locked up.
Now
So,
that whole flipping Harvey red. The reason why I was laughing
so
is
my
because
thing about flip. Let me say something
no,
before
go
you
go
say
ahead,
something.
go ahead, please, go ahead.
So it's gonna be hard to flip Harvey red because what Republican do we really have?
Well, that's why I'm laughing a little bit because
Okay, because you on my
I,
page then.
I well, I'm laughing because of two reasons, right? So I'm laughing actually for a few reasons. So that whole thing would look like a Dalton meeting, and obviously Harvey have a lot of the same issues, right? So and
Yes.
then you have now the other woman looked familiar. I believe I've seen her obviously in Chicago because they have a Chicago red group.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
And then she's
you
one of
know,
the flip from red. Um, what do you want to call it? I don't know if she a politician or what, but she goes around and talking
yeah.
to people in the community about flipping their village or wherever they're from red.
Now the interesting part of all that is because obviously they were like I wouldn't say they were MAGA, but they were black for Trump or black people flipping red in Chicago, and rightfully so because Chicago had all these issues
Mm-hmm.
on the Democratic side. Now, obviously, when you get into local politics, to your point, um, the party thing doesn't really make a lot
Does
of
not
sense.
make a difference, in
That
my
people don't
opinion,
care
at
about
all.
that in a smaller town.
No, the
That
parties don't make a difference. And like
yeah.
I was confused when the Republican Party came out for the township. I was like, what for Republicans we got out here? But
Yeah.
if the party doesn't make a difference, what Harvey have to do? And I'm glad you just brought that up. Harvey have to take a page out of Dalton's book and do a complete rebellion, including the residents. They have to stop Clark. Clark's biggest fear
And this is
is
Chris
that,
Clark for people who don't know.
yeah, and this is hard, yes. So
Hmm.
Christopher
The
Clark's
mayor.
biggest fear is that Kobe Chapman will run against him and actually be a contender.
Hmm.
And since Kobe has been in her alderman seat, she have been nothing but impactful to her second ward, right?
Hmm.
And she follows the books.
Right.
She watches the money. She see how things are being spent, and that's why she speak out.
Hmm.
And instead of Christopher Clark, explaining, okay, well, yes, this money is going to this person, but this is the reason why. Or this money is going here, and this is the reason why. Okay, yeah, I said I was going to pay this out of my pocket, but this is a plan on how you guys can pay me back.
Hmm.
He just tells people to stop questioning him, and he's doing his job.
Right.
And
Right.
you
Right.
you know
Right.
you don't know, but I've been to a few Harvey meetings as well.
We talked about that before. You were telling
And
me a little bit about Harvey in the past
yes, so
in our other episode.
I kind of understand what Clark is trying to do. Like even at another meeting, you don't even have that audio, but he was in the meeting talking about Tiffany Henyard and how this is not about to be another Dalton, and he's not going to allow all of that. But you can't stop people, excuse me, from questioning what you're doing with their finances.
Hmm.
At some
Hmm.
point, you're going to have to answer or they're going to figure it out.
People start paying attention.
People are definitely paying attention finally, and I'm not going to say they've never been paying attention, but Harvey has more eyes on it now.
Yeah.
So the good thing about Harvey, and I pray that they keep this momentum up, is to continuously invite the press out, continuously be able to show Clark and his misguided ways, continues to show how corrupt Harvey is. I rode through Harvey, we went to Thornton, so I rode through
Yeah.
Harvey the other day, and right over there by the tracks, over there by the school,
Hmm.
all new developments, big, beautiful, nice homes, brick homes,
Hmm.
but it's not us.
Right.
But it's like Harvey is being I would say restructured, and he is kicking out taxpayers that have been there for 50 years for other people in the community to be able to live like how he felt like they should live, if that makes
Hmm.
sense.
Yeah,
And
no, I get you.
it's not fair when you have people that have paid their property taxes for all of these years, for you to
Hmm.
sell somebody's house for $2,000 to an
Mm.
investor. And what that
Yeah,
investor gonna do? Take it, rehab it, flip it, and get
yeah.
a whole bunch of money off of it, and then regentrification the neighborhood. So Harvey is
Hmm.
not gonna be Harvey anymore. And Christopher Clark, he don't even live in Harvey. But that's
Hmm.
it's a lot of stuff that you can say about that. But I just
Well,
I'm
that,
praying for Harvey.
yeah, I mean, listen, like I said, and that's why I wanted to play it because I just ran across that earlier, and I was like, I was going to be talking to you, and I'm like, I just wanted to get your opinion because you had, obviously when you talked about this you guys was knee deep in what was going on in Dalton in the
Yes,
township, so it was kind
yes.
of an extra thing that you
And
had
you know
mentioned at
what?
the time,
The
but
thing about that too is that Harvey helped us, and we've been helping Harvey. So we are like we are neighbors, right? We're neighbors
yeah,
with them, with their community, and we want to make sure that Harvey gets the same media attention that Dalton got,
hmm,
and they're getting it.
yeah.
And YouTubers are now talking about it.
Yeah, I'm noticing that, and it's interesting because I think you had mentioned a while back another episode we did where you had mentioned that the other towns are on notice too. You
Yes.
know, Riverdale, Calumet City, everybody in the vicinity, South Holland, Homewood,
Mm-hmm.
everybody, they're all, but I think that's such a positive thing because at the end of the day, the local politic thing, I think, and again, I could be wrong, but I think I credit a lot of that to Dalton because I think that people were like, who is Dalton? Where is Dalton? I never, and you could tell people who never heard of it, they don't know about it. But maybe they heard of Tiffany Henyard and they see what's going on. And honestly, when you compare it to you could even compare it to like countries. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
there was a time like, if you go back to the Arab Spring in 2011 when Tunisia overthrew I might have started with Egypt. No, I might have started with Tunisia. And then Egypt overthrew their president. And then you can look up the Arab Spring. It happened back in 2011. But my point was is that all these countries in Northern Africa, it was like one country started off and overthrew their president. And
Yeah.
then all the countries
Everybody
around,
did that.
everybody was like, yo,
Yep.
oh, word, that's how you do it? Okay, boom. Okay, that's how we do it. So I'm comparing that to like Dalton is like they're like the first little
Yep.
country that was like, yo, y'all didn't overthrow it, but
Yeah.
y'all paid attention, put
Yep.
a hell of a lot of attention on it, and then was like, yo, next election, not only is she gonna lose, she gonna get blown out the water
Mm-hmm.
badly, you know, and it was like a mandate for other people to be like, in my opinion, for other towns to say, you know what, okay, people paying attention.
Yeah.
And it's funny enough, I was talking with the mayoral candidate I interviewed for East Orange, and we were talking about that, and I said it's funny in local politics, there ain't no oversight. People
No,
don't pay attention to local politics. So it's
they
like
don't.
if you get in as a mayor and nothing crazy is happening,
You don't have
you
a
could just
boss.
be you could just be staying in there forever because
Mm-hmm.
people don't typically show up to the poll, and if
Nope.
nothing's going on wrong, they don't even care. So Dalton,
You say
I
that
credit
again. They don't care.
that. They don't care. They like, yo,
They don't.
unless something has happened to them personally or it's
Mm-hmm.
something that's really big, then you have not a rebellion, but you have people who are like, yo, we're not voting for this person again. But if
Mm-hmm.
nothing crazy has happened, you know you might have that same mayor for a long time.
Yep.
you know Shit, look
And
you look at
sometimes it's a
Chicago.
good thing.
Mayor Daley was a mayor of Chicago for a long
Yeah.
time.
Harold Washington.
And now Harold Washington, he died really early, suspiciously,
Yeah.
but Daley got,
He was a good man though.
he was a good mayor. He was a good mayor. He deserved to
Yeah.
be there. But Daley, I mean, we were kids, so I didn't really pay attention to Daley super
I
heavy
didn't
like
either.
that. But he was mayor for a long time. I know that.
I
So
do know that Daley and his family had one of my relatives murdered. She was an activist in the city of Chicago,
Mm.
and going really hard against the Daily family. And yeah, I was told that they had her murdered, found her dead in a car at
Damn.
one of the places where she was picketing at. Hmm.
Yo, Chicago is treacherous. I tell people, Chicago is treacherous.
Politics is treacherous. That's the thing
Politics is
about it. People don't understand that politics is really, it can really cost you your life. Like even with the fire
facts.
that we just had in U-Haul over there in Dalton at the Hostess plant, like
I saw it.
that
Yeah.
that fire definitely was suspicious, and it's definitely under investigation. But it's like, who would set the U-Haul place on fire? How would it just you see how it erupted? How
Yeah.
it just like at some point just like that wasn't just like
Wasn't
a
like a
structural,
natural.
no. And they
Yeah.
said that 2 days prior, that Friday, a fire was tried to be set and then it stopped.
Mm. Listen, it's a treacherous game because politics is power and it's money, at the end of the day. And
Yeah.
and people don't realize how much money is in local municipal politics,
That's
you
why they
know.
don't care, and that's why a lot of people be like, "Oh, I just volunteer. I don't care how much I make. I'm just gonna do this and do that and do this." But like, people are not in it for the right things, which is sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you're not in it to help your people, then you shouldn't even be a part of it. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, we have greedy, unintelligent people that misrepresent our government, so we
Yeah.
stuck with
Well,
that.
it's definitely spreaded, and I think I've seen other stories where people are covering. There's so much going on. I mean, I can't even cover everything that I would like to cover, but
No,
I do see I do see a lot of other YouTubers covering different towns too, and
it's a
different.
lot.
It's a
It's
lot of
so
them.
much. It's so much corruption in government that content would never go dry just using
Yeah,
corruption alone. Like
yeah,
there's corruption every day.
yeah.
And
You can't keep
then the
up with it.
crazy thing is, let me say this because I want to touch
Hmm.
on this. This is just me. But every content creator has their own opinion, their own voice, their own stories, their own channels, how their own way of doing things. So, what you talk about, it's not going to necessarily be what I talk about. Some of the things we might talk about the same thing, but we're still not going to have the same conversation when I talk on my channel about
Right.
Tiffany Henyard and I watch the same video that you talk about Tiffany Henyard. The way you see what she did is not the way that I see what is did. That's why it's good to have multiple content creators out here so you
That's a
can get
fact.
different perspectives, because the more perspectives that you do get, the better view and the better understanding that you get of the actual situation. A lot of people don't get that, don't understand that, and they cause unnecessary drama or unnecessary beef between content creators, which makes no sense because we all should be able to work together. We should all be able to have conversations like you and I are having on your
Hmm.
platform, like you and I had on my platform, like
Hmm.
me, you, and Mayor Jason House had on your platform. You understand what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
it's just like, it's so slimy right now, and everybody wants to be the biggest person. Everybody wants to be the person that drops this story.
Right.
Well, your subscribers are not my subscribers, so what difference
Right.
does it make? I'm sorry, I just had to get that off my
No,
heart
no.
because
I'm.
a lot of people
It's
have been
funny
saying
you said
stuff
that.
about me, the content that I have, my channel, and everything else that have to do with me, and I don't even know half of these people, and I don't care if they subscribe or unsubscribe. You're not gonna stop what I'm doing. And I don't care if you don't like listening to my voice, you're not going to stop what I'm doing. But what I do care about is that you guys are making sure you exercising your right to vote and that you're paying attention to your local government. That's what's important to me. As long as you're
Yeah.
doing your due diligence and your part when it comes to that, everything else is nothing to me. Because whether or not you watch my videos, I don't watch your videos all the time. I don't have time. I'm just going to be
Right.
honest. I
Right.
don't have time to sit down and watch videos all day, every day because I'm doing
Exactly.
stuff. But I feel like I always am supportive of all content creators.
Yeah.
So for you, I do thank you and I do appreciate you for helping through this journey, right? Because me
Yeah.
and you have had so many different conversations along the
Hmm.
way. when you found out really what was going on in Dalton, you
Mm-hmm.
took a step and you know you was like, hey, let's connect, let's keep connected,
Yeah,
and that was a good idea because it works for me, it works for you, it works for us getting the message out. That's
yeah,
what the big point is about getting the message out to the mass, and that's what we've been
100%.
doing.
100%.
And I'm not the if only I gave out the information and I only have a certain amount of subscribers, how's everybody else gonna hear it?
No, listen, that's like a drop the mic moment. I'm glad you I'm glad you went into that
I'm
because
sorry, but I just had to say that. I'm
no,
sorry.
listen, I'm so glad that you said that. I mean, yeah, I'm glad you said that. It's such an important point because you're right. It's content. I think that, and it's funny you say that because I feel like I'm glad the content that we have talked about is authentic, right?
Yeah.
So I've seen some crazy content on Tiffany Henyard, like some
You're gonna continue
crazy.
to.
I mean, some strange content, like really strange, like people. Yeah, I've seen some crazy stuff.
No, I get it.
Stuff that's obviously like I just want to talk about anything so I can get
Yeah.
some views
Yeah,
and
though
just
the ones where they had a computer talking for them. Tiffany
yeah,
Henyard
like a
and
lot of the
yeah,
computers
she's
talking
going
and the
back to
person knows.
jail and her house just got seized. No, it didn't.
Yeah,
Stop lying.
yeah. You
Stop
know, yeah.
lying.
And they're
They
not showing their face. They're
yeah.
not having any conversation that has any context to the
That's
larger
like this
point.
Diddy trial y'all keep talking about. Now I gotta go read about it. Like I'm about to read a
Yo,
book. Because I'm so confused.
listen, man. I don't even know if we see. I'm paying attention. I'm trying to see what's coming on. I just saw the testimony today, and the stuff I read, I was like, wow, this is wild. But I think our conversations, like you said, I'm glad you mentioned that because it's all about spreading the word out, and there's so much. There's a smaller picture and bigger picture, and I
Yeah.
think that's really what we're doing is really
Hmm.
having these conversations about Dalton, having the conversations, just being, having mutual experiences in the past as far as being from the same area. So that's always cool, but also for people to understand that whole point. Everybody have different perspectives, and if we're not talking about stuff, and that's the whole point of my whole platform too,
Right.
to have conversations and get different perspectives and points of view,
Yeah.
because people don't really realize the YouTube space and the content, it's not just for talking shit. It's also to
No.
make the world better.
Everything is on YouTube. You want to figure out something, YouTube it.
Right.
Listen.
And you know what? Mad people are in empire. I'm sorry. It must be
Inspired.
later. Ex. What's the word I'm trying to say?
Inspired.
Inspired. There you go. Mad people are inspired. Um, I'm inspired by you, and again,
Well,
I
thank
thank
you.
you for giving me the time. You know what I'm saying?
Well, this
Because
ain't our last conversation though. You
no, it's
know
not.
we
No,
got
it's
more
not.
to talk about, so don't be
Yeah,
saying it like you about to just break up and we can't talk no
no,
more. Let
listen.
me find out.
No, it ain't
You
never,
slip,
it ain't our
you
last
slipping
one.
red on me too.
I'm just
Just
giving,
play.
I'm just giving you your flowers. You know what I'm saying?
Thank
So
you.
I'll give you your flowers and
Much
just tell you I'm,
appreciated.
I'm inspired by you from all the stuff that you've been through personally. You know what I'm saying, from a health perspective, and just you know
Still going through it. Shit.
still going through it,
I
and
got
just
tumors in my head every day. People don't even understand it.
people
I still
wouldn't
get up and
understand.
do what I need to do with these headaches, with my pain, everything, my body shutting down on me. I still make it happen. As long as I have breath in my body, I feel like I have to keep moving forward. So I can't even if I allow myself to be down, I can't stay down for too long because I won't get
Yeah,
back up.
yeah, yeah. Well, nah, you are definitely inspiring, and I've seen it. I watch your content. I see the comments, and I see people, the positive stuff. A lot. It's more positive stuff than anything
Yeah.
negative that I've ever seen. And a lot of people are inspired because the stuff that you've gone through health wise, most people wouldn't even be able to.
No.
You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't
You
even
know
be
what?
able
It's
to.
funny because I just went to the doctor 2 days ago and he's saying the same thing. And he was just like, man, you just been through so much. And like So the doctor that I saw, my regular doctor, was out of the office. So he's one of the doctors that I saw when I was in the hospital, when I got admitted, when I found out I was diabetic. And
Mm-hmm.
he was like, man, I was like, I just remember you. And because I've had him as, when I was at Christ Hospital doing my surgeries before too. So,
Mm-hmm.
because he worked at Christ and he worked for Northwestern. So
Mm-hmm.
now I'm at Northwestern. But
Okay.
yeah, but he was saying the same thing. And the thing that he said that, stuck with me is just that I'm here for a purpose. I'm here for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
God kept me here because my work was not done. My job is
Yeah.
not done. I have a lot that I want to do. I have a lot that I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And I have to keep that mindset for me to stay focused and to keep going, because I know that I'm on borrowed time just like everybody else is on borrowed time. And what I
Right.
do with my time going forward is valuable to me because I don't know when my time is up.
Right.
So
Yes.
understand that as long as I'm here, I'm trying to help. I'm trying to do work. I'm trying to do things with the people, with the community. I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to be more involved as long as my health allows it. I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that I'm out here helping, doing something, volunteering, just to make sure that things are getting done the proper way and that I am making an impact on my community. So
Mm-hmm.
that's just,
Well, much respect, and trust me,
thank you.
you've inspired a lot of people. You've inspired me, and throughout all of our conversations, like I said, that's why I've been even where I'm at now in New Jersey. I've been just trying to cover more local politics and
Yeah.
inspire people to get involved. Personally, my wife and I, we try to stay involved in what's going on locally as much as we can, but even inspiring other people too, because
Yeah.
it's very important, and I
It's your
think that
community.
it's your community. Yes,
It's
absolutely.
yours. You
And the
have
and
to
the
you
and
have
the
to follow it.
change of people paying attention. Again, I'm gonna give a lot of that to Dalton. So and obviously to you, because
Yeah.
you've been in there and making it happen.
I
So
have to.
I
I have
appreciate you.
to. I have to, and I'll just end with this. I love that a lot of people. I thank you for your big ups. That's much appreciated. It's heartfelt. Thank you.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of work, and it's been hard. This is like the toughest. And mind you, I've been doing this fight throughout surgeries, throughout my
Right.
illnesses. So it's not like this has been just like me fighting, yay, I'm healthy, yay. I've went through my own inner struggles throughout this struggle, and I still made
Mhm.
it through all of it, and I overcame all of it.
Mhm.
So I do appreciate everybody that have been there, that have supported, that have rallied around Dalton, all of the adopted residents,
Mhm.
everybody that have just came together as one and
Mhm.
helped us get through this.
Right.
So for that, I thank you, I thank the community, I thank the world, I thank everybody, the news stations, the content creators, like everybody had a hand in it, even if you couldn't vote. And that's the
Yeah.
thing about it. Everybody help get this word out. Everybody help spread the word to make
Mhm.
it easier for us to get people
Right.
to the polls to vote her out. And that's what needed to happen.
Yes.
And
Yes. Well,
that's
well,
how I
that's
end
what's
it.
up. I appreciate you. Life, life, life
Yes.
after Henyard. The
Oh, it's
future
gonna be
is
different.
house. Yes. The future
So
is house
Monday,
moving
remember
forward.
Monday is the inauguration. So
Yes.
we'll
I'll be
talk
peeping.
again soon because we have to
Yes.
see after. So we'll talk after Thornton Township's first meeting. So this
Okay.
the meeting Monday technically don't count, and I think that meeting is every second and fourth Tuesday. So I think that Tuesday is the second Tuesday
Okay. We're gonna chop it
or
up
fourth.
again.
Yeah.
I'll be checking out your channel. Anybody, definitely check out
Yes,
Viv's
please
channel.
like my channel. I have
Yes.
a lot. So I have a lot of important things coming up, y'all. I'm not gonna just put it all out there right now, but I am looking for vendors for August the 10th for a walk that I'm doing for tumor awareness in Dalton
Okay.
Park. It will be from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Vendors fee is $40. I already have a paparazzi person. She just paid today. I already have a tea person. I already have but this person, what they doing is different. I do have two food vendors in mind, but they haven't confirmed yet. So if
Okay.
anybody is a food vendor and you want to come out, please let me know. I'm going to reach out to the local businesses in the area. But
Dope.
yeah, so I just looking for vendors. So if anybody want to do it on that day, please let me know. I already have my DJ. So DJ is DJ Eric Martin. He
Nice.
is one of the house legend DJ. He's been DJing for years.
Nice.
I have a fitness instructor. His name is Siddiqui Muhammad. He's going
Okay.
to like lead the warm ups and stuff like that and help us with the walk. Then I have and both of those are already like paid and everything. So I've
Okay.
been paying for the stuff out of my own pocket. That's why I'm doing a fundraiser too. We'll talk about that later.
Got it.
But
Well, send me the links for the fundraiser
I
too, and I'll
am.
put it in the chat.
I
Yeah,
definitely
and
please.
I'll
I'm sending
donate.
you that right now. No,
Yeah, send it to me. Send it to me.
no, but yeah, I have.
I'll
I'm
definitely
working
donate.
on getting everything together, but I want this to be for the community. I want this to be for Dalton. I want Dalton to be able to come out one day and enjoy themselves and have fun. So
Mm,
it is for everyone that has suffered from either non-cancerous or cancerous tumor. So
okay.
if you know someone that might have had cancer or any type of tumors that they've had surgeries for that's non-cancerous,
Mm,
they are encouraged to come out and be part of this walk. And
okay.
if they do come out and want to be part of the walk, just prior to, I'm just making an Excel sheet with people's names and their illnesses that they suffer from, and
Okay.
then that way we can do a remembrance towards the end of the walk.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right. Oh, and then let me
Cool.
give you my email address to anybody that might want to order. I do have I don't have all of them on right now. But I do have bracelets that are $5. So like this. So this is for my tumor, which was a meningioma. So our colors
Okay.
are gray.
Okay.
Um, but I do have like a variety of colors as well that I am making. But all of the bracelets that are beaded are handmade with love by me, and they're $5 each for right now for this fundraiser.
I love it. And they can order them. They can order them by hitting you on the Gmail.
Yeah, so my email is survivor, so SURVIVOR, and then VIV, the number one at
At
gmail.com.
Gmail. I'm gonna
Yeah, and
drop the
it'll
link
be
in.
on the flyers too. When I text you the flyers for you to put in there, it'll
Okay.
be on there as well. Okay.
Perfect. Yeah, send me that. I'll
Wait,
just
can you add flyers to the chat or no?
yeah, I can add it to the video.
Okay. Yes, please.
I can actually put it up in the video
Okay. Yes.
as we're talking. Actually, when I
I know
when
you'll
I put
probably edit this out anyway.
I may or may not, but what but
I'm sorry, I'm acting goofy.
either way, when you send me the flyer, it'll be up. While
It'll
you were
be up.
just talking right now, that
Okay.
flyer will be up.
Okay, thank you. Oh, and I
So,
also have my rubber band bracelets. Uh, this says support the fight, supporting the fighters. It says you
I
are not
love it.
alone. So these are
I
one
love it.
dollar. So I
I
am,
love it.
like I said, I'm trying to get this fundraiser on and popping. So I'll let you girl if you need something. And I have ink pens too. Beaded ink pens, $5 each. Boop. And I'm dropping the mic.
You gotta have a whole store.
Look, I'm gonna drop the mic now.
No, no, no. It's all good. It's all
No,
good.
I'm done. Listen, I gotta go be grandma.
Well, I appreciate you, Viv, as always. I'm going to put everything in the chat, so just send me that.
Yeah, I'll send it to
Not
you
I
now.
keep saying the chat. I'm sorry, the
And I
description.
know
My
what you
bad.
mean.
You know what I mean. So,
Hmm.
but you're a survivor, Viv. Go to the channel,
Yes.
hit the subscribe button. She's always on top of all the other all the meetings and everything in the area.
Yes.
You know, I
I
appreciate
try.
you.
I try, y'all. As long as I'm open, I'm going. So, and
Hundred
then they
percent.
shorter now, so I don't even have to worry about charging my phone. Before
Right, right,
I said that the other day, I said, "Damn, it's over already."
right.
So,
No drama. All
that's what happens when you get bored.
right. I'm gonna say that's what boring is. It's actually just handling the business and taking your ass home.
Like it's not 3 hours later. What?
Right.
Stop.
Man. All right.
All right. Well, I will talk
I,
to you later. I'll send
I,
you that information now.
all
Everyone,
right.
thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah.
Dalton is united. Well, let's just say
Yes.
Dalton United.
Dalton United.
You supposed to say because I said
You
Dalton United.
know.
I'm gonna have you do it again. Dalton United.
You know.
Exactly. You gotta like blow me up at the end or something. You know how they had a
Put the bomb at the end. I got you.
Dalton the bomb now. All right, no, seriously.
All
I'll talk
right.
to you later though. You
All
have a
right.
blessed one. Thank you. I appreciate it. I had fun. And
I
I'll talk to
appreciate you
you
as
later.
always.